Hello everybody and welcome back. It's been months since I last played on this record. In fact, there's a whole new experience system now where you don't have an experience pool, so this is the upgraded 0.9.1 version. But welcome back, and if you'll recall from last time, we were starting out Garuk, the Mountain Dwarf Berserker. Mountain Dwarfs are, in my opinion, one of, if not the easiest class to start off playing Dungeon Crawl with. So let's go ahead and get started with our crawling. You'll recall from last time that we'd been deciding to focus on armor training as well as basic axe fighting, and the only problem is that we had yet to find any items worth of armor in this dungeon, so our AC is still ridiculously low considering how high level we are. But we're hopeful that we can fix that with this run. So I come down the staircase and this is the first thing I see. There's a centaur hiding behind a bush with a giant frog off in the picture, and I can't see anything else. Centaurs can shoot arrows past bushes, I'm pretty sure, and I would have to attack the bush before I could get to him. This is a very bad tactical situation for me, and I don't even know what's present off screen. So I'm just going to go back up the staircase. You'll notice that he fired an arrow at me. I'm going to go down a different staircase. I don't like the look of that ledge. This is the advantage of clearing out the previous floor. I have this option. Okay, this is better. I like hallways. Hallways are nice. Plenty of room to attack one-on-one. No sign of anything here thus far. Yay! Hobgoblin zombie! That just gained a lot of kills. I'm going to turn off stealth. Dwarves don't do well with stealth, but you'll notice my fighting dodging just went up too. Again, dodging not something I'm really working on training either. Not very important for a guy who wears heavy armor. Unless you're a deft dwarf. Okay, looks like nothing here. I am going to grab darts. Since last time I've learned that it's always a nice idea to have something to shoot, whether it's a wand, rocks, or darts. It would appear one of my old attempts at this game has left a ghost of Garuk here for me to kill. Now, ghosts are generally a pain in the ass to kill. But given that I've specialized in armor and I have Berserk, I should be able to kill him. So I'm going to Berserk right now. And just go head to head with my ghost. I retreated because I have no health and my Berserk just wore off. This is why Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup is such a great game. Firstly, the reason I managed to escape alive out of that is because ghosts aren't allowed to travel up staircases. It's their biggest limitation. This is not an action game. Often you get in the habit of playing quickly like I was just doing, and it's a good habit, in order to keep your game going. But right now, where you have 4 health, you just failed to berserk, you're slow and exhausted, and you are surrounded by enemies, each of which can deal 4 damage no problem. This is the very perfect time to stop pushing buttons. You need to get out of here alive. That is your top priority. All your items are useless if you don't get out of here alive. Pull up your inventory and ask yourself what your options are, because you always have options, and you almost always have more options than you realized. I can drink a potion of health to get back 10 health. Generally it's a waste, but in this situation every little bit counts, and I'm pretty low. I could slow a single enemy with my wand of slowing, but there are 3 of them around me and they just need 1 hit. Also, the imp can blink. One of these scrolls is guaranteed virtually to be a scroll of blinking or teleportation. If I had been more diligent about identifying what I was using, I could get out of here no problem. If I'm forced to guess later on, I will guess that it's the one that I have 3 or 2 of, because that's just generally how many I would expect to have about now. Other than that, I've got nothing. It sucks too, because I can tell that this is stuff I really should have done. If I hadn't been continuing a previous record, I would probably have recognized that I needed to identify all this stuff. Ideally, I need to blink. I need to blink to here with the scroll, walk here, close the door, get all my health back. I'm slow, that's my biggest problem, and this sky dragon can be pretty beastly to deal with. If I go down the other staircase, they'll just follow me and I'll take damage on the way down. Under the circumstances, my best bet is going to be to retreat to here, summon an ally from Trog, and hope for the best. In order to do that reliably, I'm going to have to get health back and pray they don't deal 10 points of damage in one turn. It looks like my armor worked. The Sky Beast missed, the Hobgoblin hit but did no damage, and the Imp missed. I have 14 health. That's enough to risk walking. Still 14. 12. 5, not enough. Gotta drink the health potion. 13. Back off a square. 4. Drink another health potion. I don't want to lose all my healing potions just to stay alive, but what choice do I really have at this point, right? So, I'm going to drink the last one. Now I have a decent amount of health. I'm going to summon Brother-in-Arms. It failed. I have to attempt it again. Failed. 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 There it is. That ogre will hold them off for me, and I can bail. If I had no way of knowing it was going to fail 3 times, if I had known it would fail that much, I might not have attempted it over and over. But it was my best bet. Now the doors are closed, I'm sealed in. These guys are going to have to deal with a fully powered... Fuck. I hate imps. There we go. Door closed. I have once again escaped from death. Unfortunately, that cost me all my healing potions. Was it worth it? That's the big question. Really, no it wasn't. I shouldn't have been in such a bad situation to begin with. But once I was in that situation, I had no choice but to do what I did. Notice how easy it is to fight previous ghosts. Sure, they're painful as hell, but I can always just leave them behind. I'm going to attempt to... I'm going to actually use all my buffs and try to kill him at once. Because with Berserk on and health regen, there it is. And it was worth it because you'll notice that I literally leveled everything up because I did that. And killed a previous ghost, so now, you know, my future squishy wizards won't have to deal with him. I'm going to need to start sacrificing corpses pretty diligently in order to get back all the piety I've lost. Every time you cast a spell other than, cast a prayer other than Berserk, it costs you piety. And that's a lot of piety to lose, especially considering it didn't succeed so many times. That centaur will have to open the door. When he does, he'll be face to face with me. Or he won't, and I'll just chase him down, either way. Centaurs are stupid. If they knew enough, they would never get in range of a melee character. They would always stay at a distance and keep shooting. Instead, the moment you hit them once, they forget that they can run away. Hey, I don't complain. They're bad enough as it is. Okay, let's draw him into the corridor. That's where I like fighting. Draw him into the corridor. It's amazing just how resilient I am, despite the fact that I have no freaking armor. I'm sacrificing all of these because I have some raw food, and piety is more important. The higher my piety is, the more reliably I can cast cast that spell that gave me allies. And that spell is ultimately what saved my life last time. That and all of the health potions that I had. In retrospect, maybe I could have considered turning on regeneration instead of using all of those health potions, but that would still require me to be luckily missed, which only happened twice. Fuck. Joseph is a bitch. He's very powerful, uses very powerful amped up ranged weapons, and has this. This is one of the most terrible things that can happen to a player. If this has never happened to you, consider yourself lucky. I was hit by a quarterstaff of distortion. A distortion brand is a special brand that usually deals a lot more damage, but more importantly, has a very low chance of casting you into the abyss. The abyss is a pretty terrible place. When you're here, you pretty much can't teleport in any controlled fashion, and it is extremely difficult to get out of. Vision is constantly lost, there is no map, and your only hope of surviving, after survival, your only real hope of continuation is to find a portal that gets you out of here. Sometimes you find one quickly, most of the time, well frankly, most of the time you die. Normally, you know how I would stop and recover somewhere? Yeah, not really an option in the Abyss. You want to keep moving at all times. You don't even want to get drawn to a fight. The reason I'm going for these scrolls is... Okay, so a pale draconian just attacked me. From where, I don't know. But that's him, and I cannot survive this. Like, realistically, I just can't. There's nothing I can do. I don't have any health left. Yeah, there we go. Ball of steam hits, I died. This is one of those matches where I don't feel like I did a particularly bad job of playing the game, but ultimately it wasn't in the cards, because I never got the armor I needed. However, I did something wrong, called it, and did it wrong twice. And for that I deserve to die. What was that? Is that if you look at my items, you'll see that all of these scrolls were unidentified. I even knew what my scroll of identify was, and I had 6 of them. All of these potions were unidentified. If I had identified them, I would have known that I had a heal wounds potion, maybe gain back some health. I would have been able to increase the power on my weapon, etc., etc. Instead, I did not do any of that, and because I didn't, I lost my character, rather than at least being able to get away from that pale draconian for a little while by blinking or something. Moral of the story: there's a time and place to identify your items. The longer you hold out, the better. I usually hold out till the lair, but the lair didn't spawn as early as it should have, and there were no side branches as early as they should have been either this round, so that wasn't fast enough. Thanks for watching. Have a good game. Stay tuned for next time, where I will show you how to play a very easy wizard.